Hi, my name is Damon. I'm here to talk to you about surrogacy with Open Arms Consultant. I'm married with 2 children, and I'm currently on my second journey of surrogacy with Open Arms Consultant. A few years ago, when I was pregnant with my second child, who also delivered my first child, about how well I did with the pregnancy and how healthy I was for the first pregnancy. He asked me if I ever considered being a surrogate. But I wasn't aware of all the details of surrogacy. I was with my husband, and he was very supportive, saying this is something that not only I would be good at, but I could handle and emotionally, and it would be good for us to, for me to be able to stay at home with the children. So I looked through the yellow pages to see what information was available to me there, and the title itself was attractive to me. It seemed welcoming and open arms, and so I called. I was going to ask a few basic questions about the procedure, what to expect, what would be expected of me, and what qualifications that I need to have, the terms, what procedures might I be going through. I started talking to the founder of Open Arms, who had drafted this for over an hour. She had lots of questions for me and my background, and I had a lot of questions for her, about the whole process. 3.5 months later, I had been through screenings and blood work and psychological examinations, and everything was good to go. And before I knew it, I was on hormones and getting ready to become a surrogate mother. This process twice. I can't imagine doing this process alone without the help of Open Arms Consultants and having support and someone as a go-to. Surrogacy, you're unsure and nervous about what to expect. Even if I told you what went on day to day with the surrogacy, every detail of my whole entire experience, with your experience, you would still have different situation come up, and you would still have questions. You would want all kinds of support, and you would want to talk to someone who was intellectual about the experience, who knew what was coming, who knew why this was happening, who knew what to expect and when, and was there with you at the beginning of the process to explain all the details that you will have and questions that might come up. She was with me to get through the uncertain appointment right there, but she was eager to help me for anything I needed, there to guide you through everything, and she was there to make sure you were aware that she was there and she was happy to be there. Sort out any concerns I had about the pregnancy, the intended parents, the escrow agent, because everyone, both parties, need to be, feel like they're protected. And I decided to do surrogacy again. I was sure that I was going to use Open Arms Consultants because they were amazing with the first surrogacy, and I can't imagine anybody doing any of this process alone. Personal matters, legal matters, any matters with a consultant that cared about my well-being and my protection, for anything, for any reason. And she was, Suad was, wanted to make sure that every party knew that everything that she did was for the well-being and benefit of both parties, not just mine and not just the intended parents. Everybody in this process is important. Everyone has a part, everyone is important, and everyone is, Open Arms makes sure everyone is taken care of properly. Experiences, you need to make sure that you have family support, support from a spouse if possible, and then there's always Open Arms there for caring and intellectual support on the matter. They know what they're talking about. They've been doing this for years. They know what possible situations might come up, so they make sure that you know that they're there. If Open Arms and surrogacy and having a child for someone sounds like something that you may want to do, or that might be something you're interested in finding information about, you want to make sure that you know all the information about it, and you know what all partakes in the experience, what's expected of you and your intended parents, what the outcomes are, that you have, again, family support is very, very important, and you want to be sure that this is something that you can do and that you can handle. During the process of you actually, starting hormones and trying to get pregnant, there's a lot of stuff you need to be prepared for. You're going to be on, a amount of hormones that you have to take for, 8 to 10 weeks, and your IVF clinic might have you on a cream, or you might have a shot. If this is something that, you might be somebody who doesn't like needles, this might be not for you, unless it's something you think you can get past. I had to take shots twice a day for 10 weeks, and the shots are uncomfortable. I wouldn't say they were extremely painful, but it's a needle, it's a shot. Some people don't like it, some people it doesn't bother them. It's not something that I got used to, but it was a process. I knew that I'm doing this so that I can get to this. It's a lot of work for you to go through blood work and screenings and psychological exams, and to take the hormones for this amount of time, and then to go to the IVF clinic and to find out that the embryo didn't take for whatever reason. I was healthy as can be, and for whatever reason your embryo might not take. You need to be prepared for the emotions that you might feel because you lost an embryo, or because did I do something wrong? Is this something that I want to try again if I lose the embryo the first time? Am I going to want to do the process all over again, where I have to go through the hormones again and do another transfer, go in there and put embryos in again? What if that doesn't take? Is there going to be a third time? Is this something I want to really commit to? This is something you can completely and fully commit to, and this is something that you really want to do and be a part of. If you get pregnant, you need to be prepared for, am I going to carry this child for 9 months and be able to handle the emotional stability of handing it over to the couple and not seeing that child anymore that is rightfully this couple's child and not yours, but is that something that you can handle? And if you are emotionally struck with this and in a depression sets in, or postpartum, do you have the support to get you past to where you're okay? When I delivered the twins, they were beautiful boys. I got to see what they looked like, and then that's pretty much it. Depending on your couple situation, they might do pictures every so often, to see what the child looks like, but it's, you're going to have a child, and you're going to hand it over, and then that's, your part's kind of done. So, make sure that your expectations of the birthing and, the finals of the pregnancy are compatible with your couple, and you both agree on the same things, and you both want the same things, and how the outcome, will be and everything. Part of this whole experience is getting to see a couple become parents for the first time right in front of you, holding their child that they might not have been able to have otherwise, completing a family and making them feel whole. This is something they've wanted probably all their life, and knowing that it all became possible with open arms, and just being a part of that circle is indescribable, rewarding feelings that you can't put into words. If this sounds like something for you, or something that you want to get information about, you can call Open Arms Consultant, their website at openarmsconsultants.com. I'll list them above.